too many of you in the stock market are sat there watching prices change every minute of every day. Now, you might not be as bad as that type of individual, but you might still be checking your stocks every hour, every 30 minutes. Now, you might do this and be aware that it's just pointless to do and you're doing it just for the sake of entertainment. Fair enough. But I'm really commenting at the people here that sit watching the stock market and they literally have like the share price of a stock up on one of their screens, or they're at work and they can see it in the background. It is absolutely pointless to do so. You just look like a massive geek. Now, you might be going, why is it pointless? Why can't I stare at the stock market all the time? Well, what do you gain? What do you gain from watching price changes? Now, don't come at me with that day trading rubbish, right? Just because you can plot charts on a graph and point it to whatever direction you want to, it doesn't mean it's going to go in that direction. In the short term, the market is volatile. The market is unpredictable. Over the longer term, we can assume that based on the historical changes or the performance of these markets and companies, that if their fundamentals continue to grow at a similar rate as which they did before, then we can expect that it will grow going forward, or at least replicate what an investor believes its underlying fundamental value is. And if that fundamental value is increasing, it makes sense. Which goes to my point. Has the fundamentals changed? No? Then why are you looking at it every hour? Is there an expected trade update coming out? Sure, then you've got an excuse to look at it on that day. But realistically, do you need to be looking at it every other day of the year? Probably not. You're wasting time. You're sat there doing nothing with your life. Now, you might go, okay, well, what are you doing better with that? Well, that's not the point. The point is that you can at least dedicate that time to something else. In this day and age, everyone has a phone addiction, a social media addiction, and you staring at a stock price on your mobile phone screen or computer screen is not really going to be helping with your sadness and depression. Realistically, the best thing you can do is go outside and enjoy nature. But here you are moaning because your stocks are up or down and caring about daily volatility changes, which are irrelevant. You're not going to remember that moment in 10 years' time unless it is a phenomenal moment where your shares have gone up by 1,000% in a few minutes. And realistically, if it's gone up by that much in a few minutes, then it's likely going to do very well for the day indeed, rather than just watching it every single second. Is there industry news on this stock or investment? If no, then why does it matter? Even then, you might be just going, okay, ASOS has had some results lately. Boohoo's in the same industry. ASOS's results have been somewhat disappointing. Boohoo shares are down slightly. Okay, fair enough, done. You don't need to look at it again. What is the point? It's just not worth your time or energy at all. Unless you're actually sat there looking to buy, you have cash on the sidelines, and you're ready to make an investment, then I don't understand it whatsoever. And when I mean cash ready, I mean you've set a limit buy and you are ready to pounce once it hits a certain price per share. And even then, with a limit buy, you don't need to be staring at the price all day because it will trigger once it reaches that specific price point. And if you're looking or planning to sell but haven't already, you're effectively just gambling on the price movements. You're betting on that in the short term, you're going to sell as it rises up a few percentage points in price. And you're probably that same idiot that will buy back in when it's dropped 1 or 2 percentage points just to find out that it's dropped a further 5 percentage points over the course of a week. It is a pointless game to try and time the markets. The best thing to do is buy and hold for the longer term. Time in the markets beats timing the markets.